Hey, what's up, guys? Coming to you again. Today I'm gonna talk about fishing a Zoom Super Fluke. I'm gonna explain my setup for fishing a fluke and the ways that I like to fish it. Um, so let's get started. First and foremost, normally when I fish a fluke, 9 times out of 10 I power fish a fluke. What I mean by that is that I'm fishing a fluke on upwards of 12 pound test and 12 pound test and bigger. But I know now the popular technique now in the Elite Series now is guys they'll put it on 15 pound braid. And what they'll do is they'll get a swivel and they'll get a 10 pound leader and they will attach the leader to their main line, and they'll fish a fluke like that. I am not all into the whole big charade of fishing a finesse bait on braid. I am old school. I fish it just the way it is. I have 10 pound vicious fishing fluorocarbon, 100% fluorocarbon. And the other way I fish it, sometimes I'll fish it on vicious 17 pound monofilament. And a couple of the ways I fish a fluke, I'll fish it on 17 pound fluorocarbon, 15. I will fish it anywhere from probably 8 to probably 17 pound test. And that's about as heavy as I'll go for a fluke. And then you talk about my rod and my reel. Generally what I'm using for the spinning rod setup, it's generally 7 foot medium action spinning rod. The spinning rod, I guess, the gear ratio for the spinning rod is a 5:4 to 1. It's a Hank Parker Signature Series, the rod and the reel. And then my bait casting setup, a 7 foot medium heavy action rod, Berkeley Lightning Rod Shock, 12 pound Berkeley Trilene, 100% fluorocarbon, and a Abergacia Pro Max 7:1 is the 7:1 gear ratio, and it's 8 ball bearings. Oh yeah, and just to point it out, the spinning rod bearings is 6. It's a 6 reel. It is a 6 bearing system. So yeah. So yeah, that's one reason why I do it. And see, I just fish a fluke the traditional way you should fish it. I take it and flip it a pitch and run cover. And one of the reasons why I like to power fish a fluke is simple. Because when you start fishing it on like 8 pound and 10 pound test, there's only so much confidence you can have when taking that bait and putting it into cover. With me, I have every bit of confidence that I can take a fluke on 17 pound test, a 4/0, wide gap hook or a worm hook. But generally, if I'm using this bait on a bait caster, I'm generally got out a 4/0 Daiichi worm hook, offset worm hook by Daiichi, and that's the normal way I do it. And I'll be honest with you, I have made a few flips and pitches. When I'm out there on the water, I will take a fluke and I'll flip it in a brush pile. I will, and I'll just take it and I'll just cast it out there, give it a couple twitches, and you will hook into a couple good ones. And heck, there's been times where I've actually hooked crappie on flukes, and it is the weirdest thing ever. I'll go out there, flip the brush pile. What the heck? Here comes a nice 1.5 pound crappie. I'm just like, okay, whatever. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that when you power fish a fluke, you can put that thing into areas that you cannot do with with other baits. And one guy on the Elite Series, you guys know him, you guys know his name by heart, Michael Iaconelli. This is one of the techniques that you see him doing all the time. If he's on a lake and he's chasing schooling fish, is pulling out some sort of soft plastic jerk bait and fishing it on braid and using a leader. That is 100% Mike Iaconelli all the time. That is him up one side and back down the other. He is all about a spinning rod. Like me, I am not all about a spinning rod. No. For me, I'm kind of sort of like Ish Monroe, just a little bit. I am about big rods and big line. I'm all about 15, 17, 20, and 30, 50, and 65 pound braid. I'm all about big rods, big lines, and big baits. I'm all about that. I'm all about going offshore and throwing a crankbait on 12 and 10 pound fluorocarbon. I am all about straight up power fishing. And do not get me wrong, I love to pull out a spinning rod and go drop shotting, but my favorite technique, probably with a spinning rod, hands down, is probably not even drop shot. It's a wacky rig, because I love to fish a wacky rig trick worm in the summer to fall transition, and I like to fish it into the winter spring transition and into that spring summer transition. I love it because you can catch some of the biggest fish of your life during those times that I'm talking about. Those are the times where you generally catch those bigger fish is coming into fall and going out into the winter season, and then going out of winter and going into spring. That all that little stretch right after summer is when you generally catch some of the biggest fish of your life. If you guys have any questions about a fluke, please comment and subscribe, and I'll try to answer your questions the best that I can. And if anybody has any questions, post something on my Facebook page or send me a message on Facebook. My name is Michael Eggleston on Facebook, and just maybe I'll answer your question there on Facebook, because I'm all about answering some questions about rigs and baits. And if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them to the best of my knowledge. If I can help you. Just comment and subscribe, and I'll try to help you out, or try to find me on Facebook, and I'll see what I can help you with. Thanks, guys, and have a great day, and go out this weekend and catch more bass. See ya.